We begin 5-on-5 with the red-hot New York Islanders. The quest for the Stanley Cup continues right here in New York. The Isles took care of Boston in 6 games last weekend and have started their conference finals series with Tampa Bay in the win column. Here's more from a huge series win over the rival Bruins.
I think number one is just managing the puck. Two, we were disciplined. Three, we didn't take a lot of risk, or unnecessary risk. I shouldn't say we didn't take risk. Unnecessary risk. I thought that all that game management, puck management, checked with our feet, and I thought we made pretty good decisions. And offensively, I thought we made good decisions in the offensive zone, even though we only got 2 goals. But I thought we managed the game pretty well.
Meantime, the Brooklyn Nets had a 2-0 series lead against Milwaukee, but the Bucks have shown their mettle in the conference semifinals, fighting back over the weekend to even things up in the series. We go back inside the locker room to catch up with head coach Steve Nash.
Kai, x-rays were negative, but we'll have to see how it goes tomorrow in further tests and treatment. Obviously we lost a great player during the game, which was tough. We didn't play particularly well. Thought we had a pretty good start. Level dropped a little bit. They got going on some transition breakdowns. They started getting 3 balls going and some offensive rebounds, some 50-50s, and got a little separation before the half. And then we struggled in the second half. So, we missed him, obviously, but it was a big adjustment tonight to play without him and James. But that we've had that type of year. So we got to find a way to figure it out, to look at the tape and get better.
It's always deflating when one of our guys go down, but, like we always have been through the year, it's next man up. And, they went on a run and we just couldn't bounce back. So, it's no excuses. It's, everybody's prepared. Everybody's ready. I'm just glad that it's, just spraining nothing more. And hopefully, he can heal up in the next 48.
How about a New York baseball update? The Mets are making first place look awfully good, while the Yankees dropped down to 4th place in the American League East over the weekend. Here's Mets pitcher Marcus Stroman on wins and what it's like to sport the championship belt in the clubhouse.
This is just a little additive that we threw in there now, just to kind of, like I said, we always do pitcher and hitter of the game, and we always have a nice little discussion after the game. So it's just something to add to it, add to a little post-game win. That lineup is incredible, man. Honestly, you have to be locked in from pitch one. Truly, you can't fall into any trends. You really can't be in the heart of the plate with that lineup. You really have to live on the edges as far as myself, and you really have to have a good mix. So I felt like my mix with McCann last outing was pretty good. So we kind of went into it with the same mentality. And then as the game progressed, we kind of changed things here and there. But for the most part, my mentality is always to go out there and compete.
It's nasty. Everything was moving the right way. He had good command of his stuff. I think him and McCann had a really good plan. They had a really good plan in San Diego, and they carried on to today. And this stuff was just crisp. I mean, you got to look to the board just to see the velocity, because you don't know which pitch it was. Everything's just moving, and whether it's a cutter, the slider, the sinker, and then some curveballs that he threw today, surprisingly. So he added a little more in there, just trying to be ahead of the game, and everything just worked out well. He was consistent.
Mets and Yanks grabbed the 3rd spot on the front end of 5-on-5, but it's certainly not joyous times right here in the Bronx. Here's Yankee manager Aaron Boone. Boone says the club simply has to improve.
Couple tough losses, obviously ending that game in Minnesota and scratching our way last night, but just not able to amount much against Nola, who took a lead and was on the attack and dictating counts right away. A lot of strike one. Had good stuff today, but we got to find a way to get better. We're going to find out what kind of character we're made of. We're clearly in the midst of incredibly tough times. We've faced it throughout this season, and we're going to find out what we're made of, and if we're the team we think we are. It gets no easier, as we got to go to Buffalo and play an outstanding offensive club in Toronto, and we need to step it up. Period.
On to some better news. One of the terrific stories that we chronicled during the pandemic received honors worth noting this morning. Rising Phoenix, the documentary about the Paralympic Games that was released on Netflix last August, has won 2 prestigious sports Emmy Awards. The doc took home honors for Outstanding Long Sports Documentary and also Outstanding Music Direction. Congratulations to them. Congrats are also in order for the final spot here on the front end of 5 on 5. In case you missed it Saturday night on CBS Sports, our BronxNet cameras got a chance to take in the inaugural SRX race. The superstar racing experience did not disappoint at Stafford Motor Speedway in Connecticut. In fact, the first race was not won by a superstar. Not a shot at Doug Coby. The 6-time modified tour champion showed his stuff on Saturday night under the lights, besting a field that included co-creator of the series and racing legend Tony Stewart, as well as the newest winner of the Indy 500, Helio Castro-Neves, and other former stars in racing like Paul Tracy, Willie T. Ribbs, Greg Biffle, Bill Elliott, and even current ones like Marco Andretti and Tony Kanaan. Here's more with the man who led 80 of the 100 laps in the main event.
This is a special night for Stafford Motor Speedway and everybody who's a short track racer around the country, whether you're dirt or asphalt. To have these guys here, this amazing crowd at Stafford. I really want to thank everybody at SRX for doing this. These guys have been busting their butts, you guys in the shop. I know how hard you work to get these cars together, and I really appreciate everything you've done. Of course, Ray and Tony, George Pine, Sandy Montag, the Montag Group, everybody at CBS, the fans watching at home.
Doug wasn't a household name entering the evening to most of the fans tuning into CBS to check out the new racing series. Coby was selected for the race because of his success at Stafford. He has over 30 wins and was invited to the race as part of the series' desire to include stars from the 6 local tracks on the SRX schedule to see how they stack up in equal cars to drivers who mainstream fans recognize. Pretty cool. There's the first 5. Here's the second 5 to watch out for on the sports landscape this weekend. Since we closed with SRX, we'll begin with a 2. The new series swings into Knoxville Raceway this Saturday night for the second date of 6 consecutive Saturday nights on the schedule. Iowa, here they come. From one bruising series to another, UFC Fight Night is this weekend on ESPN2. The promotion is coming off a super weekend this past weekend with Israel Adesanya defeating Marvin Vettori in their rematch to retain the middleweight title. That Leon Edwards and Nate Diaz fight was something else too. In MLS action, New York City FC will take on New England Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. at Red Bull Arena in New Jersey. NYCFC grabs the 3rd spot here on the back end of 5 on 5. That's 5 on 5. We hit the C-list for a salute to fathers on Father's Day weekend. I'm sure many of you could have been introduced to your favorite sports by the man that you call dad in your life. This Sunday we recognize fathers near and far and thank them not only for helping shape us, but also in helping to pass along traditions like sports. This salute goes out to biological dads, stepdads, or parental figures that aren't your dad, but may have filled the role of one in your life. I've always said right here on the show that for me, with my father passing when I was small, my mother played the role of both mom and dad. So regardless of who is out there playing catch with you or taking you out to your very first baseball game, now is the time to say thank you. It's also a reminder to give thanks and praise even when the calendar doesn't say it's Father's Day. That's why I'm so excited to share a great Father's Day tale this month on BronxNet as we welcome the son of the legend of the world's fastest Indian, John Monroe. John, now 87 years old, will join us from the other side of the world to share some amazing stories of his dad, the late, great Burt Monroe. But first, we'll have part 2 of our interview with Yankee great Ron Blomberg right here on Open this Monday morning. Don't miss it. That's your look at sports. I'm Bobby C. See you Monday.